So hello everyone, I'm Stacy. I'm the director of Macedon Public Library, and today I'm really excited to talk to you about citizen science. What is citizen science? Well, it's a collaboration between scientists and anyone, no matter what your skill level or what your age, although if you're under 13, you probably might need an adult to help you a little bit, but anyone can take part in citizen science, and it's a way to make a really positive difference in the world. And it's a great way to have something to do right now, because I know a lot of people might be getting a little bit bored, a little bit stir crazy. So how great would it be to become a citizen? So really, there's nothing to lose. There's nothing to be afraid of. And I hope that you'll stick with me and check it out. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you the Citizen Science website and a few different projects that I think are pretty cool. And hopefully later, and some things, you might like some of the things I thought were cool. It's all up to you, but here we go. So I'm going to share my screen. Move that over there. So here we are. This is the Citizen Science website. It's called scistarter.org, SCISTARTER.org. It's a very nice site. They have a very easy to use search engine. You can, if you have something in mind that you're curious, maybe there's a project to do, you like butterflies, we'll say. You could type in butterflies under keyword, and anything to do with butterflies would come up. Very handy. Here's some of their featured projects. Globe at Night is to raise awareness about light pollution. Stall catchers is one I think is particularly cool. We'll talk about that later. This one investigates weather change, all sorts of things. But let me show you a movie that they have for people who are new to this. And I'm just going to play it because they do a great job.
Citizen science can change the world.
We got a little lag.
Programs mobilize people from all walks of life to contribute to.
Let me start over and see if that doesn't help things a little bit. Okay, here we go.
Citizen science can change the world. These programs mobilize people from all walks of life to contribute to scientific research. From teachers to artists, Girl Scouts to business professionals, students to retirees. Citizen science taps into the power of the people where they are. Scientific data gathered by individuals and communities gives concerned or curious people, decision makers, and scientists access to more information than they could possibly gather on their own. Your contributions lead to breakthrough research, new approaches, and expedited scientific discoveries. So how can you start to make a difference? SciStarter makes it easy to find the perfect project for you. With a database of more than 3,000 citizen science projects to choose from, you can search by topic, location, age level, and more. Anything that sparks your curiosity is a mere click away. SciStarter can help you take valuable actions to contribute to the projects you're most passionate about. Their tools database provides you with exactly what you need to get started. And with events held across the nation throughout the year, SciStarter brings fun, citizen science opportunities directly to you. Visit the SciStarter website to begin exploring the possibilities of scientific participation and create a personal account to receive project suggestions tailored especially for you. Together with SciStarter, we can all play a part in scientific research that can change the world for the better. Together with SciStarter.
Okay, so as you can see, it's really easy to get started. I'm going to go back one and show you. So when you scroll down the page, where did it go? Oh, the way I did it is I found a project. So I clicked on Project Finder. It's right up here in the menu bar. And I'm already a member of SciStarter, but when I clicked on it and I chose my project, it asked me, do you want to be a member? And if you become a member, then you get a dashboard. Well, I'll show you that too. So here is my dashboard. You just have to remember your password. So don't make it anything too terribly hard, but make it something you can remember. Let's see. Ah, it's not going to log in for me, is it? Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Let me try again. Or you know what? We'll do a new one. So you can sign up. Please log in or sign up to view your dashboard. If you didn't have one, you just sign up right here. You'd put your username, who you want to be, your email address, your zip code, which helps to target projects that might be going on in your area. And there are projects related to Macedon, because I've already checked. You make up your password. You repeat the same password, so they make sure that's your catch in case you made a spelling error or something and you didn't know it. And you can choose to sign up for their newsletter or not. And you have to agree to their terms of use. Just basically, it's a community. You're going to behave yourself, obviously. And you sign up, and that's it. And then you have access to all of the projects, and you can choose things. So I'm going to show you a few. Since I've already been in here and sort of poked around, I'll show you some things I thought were really cool. Now later on, after this program, I encourage you to come back here, poke around for yourself, and see what things really interest you, because you might find other things really cool, or you might like some of mine, and that's okay too. So the first one I think is really cool. It's EyeWire. It's a game to map the brain. So probably most people know, and if you didn't, you're gonna know, that scientists still have so much to discover about our brains. It's not completely mapped yet. So this is a way for you to help the scientists be able to map our brain. And they've created sort of a game to, whoops, what did it say it wanted? Okay. A game to be able to for you to help them. So it's a fun way. Maybe that wasn't it. Let's try it by email. I have too many passwords and usernames to remember. That's my problem. Here we go. So I've been playing. Let me show you sort of what it looks like. Ooh, that's really loud. So it's a dimensional game. And the idea is they give you a little piece of the brain and you're trying to help them map the rest of it. So what I like to do is check on the check mark, and they'll give you, if you choose to do this, you'll go through a little orientation that sort of helps you get your bearings. But I cheat a little bit because I'm not the best at this, but I think it's so fascinating, so I like to try. So I like to, if I do that, see, then I can see what it is I'm looking for in this box. And I can use my mouse or my finger pad to turn this box around. And the idea is to just kind of paint in areas. What you want to do is find the yellow areas and color them in. It's not really easy, and I'm not really in the right space right now because I can't see the blue. So I'm gonna use my arrow keys to move up and down. And there's some yellow. So that's what I want to see, and that's what I want to click on. Not sure why it's not painting for me. So that's the idea of that. You really need to go through the orientation, and hopefully if you go through it and your brain is more of a 3D kind of brain, like if you're really good at imagining things in 3D, this could be a great way for you to have a little bit of fun and really help map the brain, which would be super useful for generations to come. So I'm going to just get out of that one. And then I found this one. Here's a really, really simple one if you just want to test the waters a little bit. Not everything is a game. They have different projects. Some require you to have like a cell phone, and you may be going out into nature and you may be observing something. Like there's one called and I believe that you have to, it gets nicer out, you would make like a little picnic and leave it outside in your backyard for the ants, and then go back in, I think it's an hour, and take your cell phone and actually record to see what the ants are attracted to. And that one is helping people who study ants to know more about ants, and what they're attracted to, and different ants in different regions of the country, all sorts of things like that. But this one's fun. This one's just a cat tracker personality study. So I don't actually have a cat, but I'm betting a lot of you do have cats. So if I wanted to do this one, I would just say, get started, visit project's website. So we'll do that. And it will take me to the website. Welcome to Cat Tracker. It's a GPS tracking reveals your cat's secret life. Your cat has a secret life. Cats are mysterious, dangerous, and far more unpredictable. And they give you a little synopsis of the project. And they give you different ways that you can track your cat. You could just choose to take the survey, I believe. So I would say, I want to participate. And I don't have a cat, so I shouldn't really be doing this. But I won't actually take the survey, but I'll show you. If I had a cat, and let's say I don't really want to track my cat, maybe I'm interested in studying what my cat eats and its personality, but I don't want the GPS stuff, that's fine. You can just do parts of the project. So let's say I just want to take the survey. Take the cat personality survey. I would just click the button and boom. Oh, they closed the survey. I'm too late. If they didn't already have enough people who had taken the survey, then I would have been able to take the survey, and I would guess it's all going to be questions about your cat and how it reacts to certain things. So super easy way to help scientists that are studying cats, and kind of fun because I'm going to guess some of the questions might be interesting to think about. So I'm going to get out of that one, and I'm going to get out of that, and stall catchers. Stall catchers is a really interesting game that the more you play it, you're gathering information for scientists so that they can someday, hopefully, find a cure for Alzheimer's. So what you're actually doing is you're looking to see if blood is flowing through a vessel or not. So let's see if we can just try this out live. So I'm going to join, and I'm going to make a username and put my address in. And it should go. There we go. Okay, so now I'm in. Welcome to Stall Catchers, a game that speeds up Alzheimer's research. Let's show you the interface briefly. So they're going to show us how to play. This is the virtual microscope. It plays close-up movies of blood vessels in the brains of mice. Move the slider back and forth to play the movie. And you can see the movie frame number on the right. So if you think you saw something and you want to go back, you can do that. Or you can just play it like this. Okay. Movie frames correspond to consecutive layers of brain tissue. The white lines that come in and out of the view are blood vessels. Focus on the most central vessel in the outlined area to decide if it is flowing or if it is stalled. If there are black spots, those are blood cells that are stuck and they don't move inside the vessel. It's probably stalled. If you find one, click the stalled button. If you see no black spots that are stuck and blood seems to be flowing in a single direction, the vessel is flowing. If you think so, you would click the flowing button. If you need any more help getting started, you can always check the help section. Here you can also replay the tour and browse the frequently asked questions. So let's start. We will help you out with the first 10 training movies. Click done and use the slider to play the movie to tell if the vessel is flowing or stalled. We will let you know whether you got it right. So let's do a few of them. So we're looking in here and we have to decide if that blood vessel is flowing or stalled. So the idea is if you see, while the movie's playing, if you see an area that stays black, then that means it's stalled. There's blood stuck in there. And that's why a spot stays black. So let's look at this one. I think if I look right here, I think that when it turns white, this one area doesn't seem to ever turn white. So I'm going to guess it's stalled. Let's see. And I think it's stalled. Yep, you caught it. A black spot that doesn't move is visible from frames 27 to 46. So that means a blood cell is stuck and is blocking the blood flow inside the vessel. Sometimes there's one or more red dots on the vessel. They show where the other catchers said the stall was. So let's do another one. Okay, let's go. Let's see what happens. This one's a trickier one, but so we're looking at this white line right here. Do you see an area that when it turns white, actually doesn't turn white, or does it all turn white? I think it's flowing. I don't see a black area that is staying black. So let's see. I'm going to say flowing, and they say, yep, the blood is flowing through the vessel, and there's no stuck black spots visible. So I think you get the idea. This is a pretty easy game, and just think you could be helping to find a cure for Alzheimer's, which is good for people now, and it could be that you are helping yourself because you don't even know in the future you could be someone who might have Alzheimer's. But by playing this, you might help scientists to figure out a way to cure Alzheimer's so you wouldn't have to go through the whole course of the disease. They might be able to stop it. So I think that's really cool. Okay, on to the next one. We did iWire, so I'm going to close that. Artigo. This one's pretty interesting. In this one, we are actually playing a little game where you have to tag the picture. I can't remember how to start it. Let's see. Let's go here. Okay, so here's my picture, and I have to add tags down here. So I type in words that describe the picture. So, I don't know, it's ornate. And it tells you if you get any points. next to the tags. The idea is to figure out tags for the picture. A tag is a description that might be useful for people to be able to find this famous art. So they're trying to see how many tags people come up with that are popular, because that means if a lot of people are saying the same words, then that means it's probably a pretty useful tag for people to be able to find this painting if they don't know the name of it or they don't know the artist. So I'm gonna say, what are they doing in here? This painting is peasant. I'm gonna say peasant because it looks like they're peasants. Oh, I ran out of time. They time you too. You only get a minute, I think it is, per picture. So if you go too slow because you're talking like I am now, it kind of messes things up. But I could go through and do this one, and it looks like in this one it may be Revolutionary War times, possibly. I'm not sure what this is. It could be a gallows. So anyway, I'm not going to stay on this one. You get the idea. If you like art and you like words, this could be a fun one to take part in, and it will help people to be able to find famous paintings a lot easier. So not everything is science in the way that you think it's science. I'm a librarian, and when you're a librarian, you go to school for information science. Would kind of fall into that, because information science is all about study of information and how do you categorize it and organize it and make it useful to other people. Okay, so I'm going to go out of that one. I'm going to show you citizenscience.gov. It's the same idea as Science Starters, only all the projects in here are coming from different government departments. So you can view by agency, like Bureau of Land Management. Maybe you're interested in COVID-19. The Center for Disease Control has different ones you can do to help them study the spread of COVID-19 so that they can stop the spread and come up with proactive ways for us to stop the spread. All kinds of things. Some of them are surveys to tell, do you feel sick right now, which is a way for them to try to figure out, you know, where COVID might be based on how many people are saying they feel sick and the numbers that they collect. Or you can also search this site. Let me show you, by the field of science you're interested in. So maybe you're an animal lover and you just want to do some sort of project that has to do with animals. You could click on animals, and then everything that pops up has to do with animal research. Or maybe you're like me and you find education interesting, and then I do that, and everything that's popping up here has something to do with education, which is how I found the next one, by the people. So I'm going to click on it. I already have it open, but I'll click on it so you can see. By the people. It's a project by the Library of Congress. When you see LOC in a website, it stands for Library of Congress. So the Library of Congress has this cool project. I'm going to go here so you don't have to watch me log in and all that. Where you can actually help them to transcribe records. So I am actually on the Smithsonian. They have the same thing. So there's the Smithsonian one. But I like the Library of Congress one. I just kind of like the different projects, like the Blackwells, who are an extraordinary family. You can choose to transcribe their diaries. So let's see. I think everything's been started, and at this point you can continue on. So here's letters from Alice Stone Blackwell. I'm just going to click on one randomly to show you what it's kind of like. So it looks like sometimes you transcribe and sometimes you review. And if you go through their orientation, they'll explain what the different roles are. And sometimes you might even edit. But here's what transcribing is like. So you have the document here, and you have controls, so you can make it bigger, which you need to do so you can be able to see it, and you can move it around. And as you can see, somebody already started this one. So you're actually typing over here what the document says. It's really interesting, and I'm going to go back a little bit and just show you. The Blackwell family is interesting because they were human rights advocates, and so you get to understand a little bit about how they thought and what was going on at the time. I don't know anything about this one, but I think letters to Lincoln, these are letters people sent to President Lincoln. So how neat is that, that you could actually read letters he received from different people? And what kind of a glimpse of history would you get from that? What might you learn? Who knows, but it's pretty exciting stuff. So when you do this, not only do you get to be like a fly on the wall, but you are actually helping other people to be able to have access to all this stuff, because right now it's not exactly easy for people to read through things that are done in handwriting. It's a lot easier for people to do the reading when it's transcribed, when it's typed. So you're helping to make all this accessible for everyone, which is pretty cool too. And once again, the Smithsonian has a similar project, and they have different things you can choose from, and they are interesting too, but I don't know, I just found the Library of Congress one the most interesting to me, but you might look here and find some of these, like Freedmen's Bureau records. There's a field book project. Women's history is interesting, but I think I went there and I think that one might have been almost completed. I could be wrong. I was checking into lots of different things for this program, so forgive me, I could be wrong. But hopefully you're getting the gist of this. And it all starts with either going to citizenscience.gov and picking projects, or going to SciStarter and picking different projects. And no matter what you pick, you will be making a very positive impact in this world, and you will positively influence the future for sure. So I hope you check it out. I hope that if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. You can use the Macedon Library Director at owl.org, or you saw me typing in Swixall at pls-net.org. Either way, both email addresses, all the mail comes to me, and I'm happy to answer any questions. But I hope you become a citizen scientist and have fun. Bye. Oh, it's not letting me out.